Righty. So yeah, today for the first little bit, we're going to talk about some HubSpot updates, and they're pretty interesting ones. They're ones that, depending on your subscription level, you can implement pretty much straight away. And if your subscription level doesn't allow it, you at least have an idea about what can be done. Some of these things are free features, so you will be able to use them. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump in. I'm not going to bother about presentations or slides. I'm just going to jump straight into it, and I'll share my screen. So what I'm going to look at today, I'm going to look at buyer's intent, lead scoring, and then also just going to touch on for a little bit customer agent. So now I don't know if you've played around with the customer agent side of the house.
100%.
I was on this. Yeah, I figured you might, so you might be able to jump in for us as well. But I just set up a little quick landing page with a customer agent, customer service support agent on there. So some really cool features that, without a lot of effort, like a lot of this stuff I set up in, less than an hour yesterday. And playing around with it, it really sort of, number one, from the buyer's intent and the lead scoring, will allow you to nurture leads, will allow you to come up with cold call lists that you wouldn't have previously been able to get. And then those contacts that are in your system, you'll be able to nurture them and understand who is the best fit for you to contact. So, as you've seen from HubSpot, they're going pretty crazy at the moment with the amount of updates they're doing regularly. And it's something that, it's just making the platform stronger and stronger. So I actually had a demo HubSpot through a partner boat party the other week, which was great. Shout out to HubSpot for that. It was a great afternoon, and they gave us a live demo of these new features that have pretty much only come out in the last month or so, so maybe a little bit longer than that. So what we've got number one, I'm going to start with buyer's intent. So buyer's intent is basically a platform that will allow you to identify target audiences, both within your CRM and outside of your CRM. And then you can set criteria so you can track when those people engage with your website. So previously, the way websites have worked, as we're probably all aware, is unless someone submits a form, we don't capture that data. What this does is what this will do is it'll allow us to capture some of the data, not all of it. There's still obviously issues around privacy laws and things like that, but allow us to capture some of that data so we can see who's been onto our website, where they've been, and then potentially we can reach out to them and give them a call. Where previously these people have just slipped through the cracks. So I think it's a really cool feature. It's something I've been playing around with a little bit. There's still a lot to learn. It's still in beta, so it's pretty raw at the moment. But I'm pretty impressed with the functionality of it and what it can do. So what we've got here, we've got our buyer's intent. We've got 3 different tabs. What I'm going to jump to though is I'm going to go to configuration first, and start at the back, which is actually the start. And so what we do within this configuration section is we can add a target audience. So I've already got a couple of different target audiences there. I've got an accounting target audience, and I've got just Australian companies. Small business, pretty broad, as you can see. And that's listed how many accountants are in Australia. And I've listed that, and I've broken it down by size of staff and revenue. And then that gives me that many accountants within Australia. This one here was more broad, just I was playing around with it, to be honest. You can see 1.5 companies in Australia. Now, so what this actually means, if I want to start a new target audience, all I need to do is go to add target market. And if you can, Glenn, if you've got that option to play along at home, you'll be able to go into the marketing section, and you should see buyer's intent just down there. So what you can do is, number one, we've got our target market filters. So I'm going to go into industries, and I'm going to go to real estate for this one because, we've been sort of working in the real estate industry for a while. And I could put in couple, I could put in commercial, or I could just leave it as real estate. But you see there, I do both. We've got 156,000 companies. So a lot of companies within Australia. Now, I might want to filter this down a little bit more. I'm not going to go into too much depths of it. But generally speaking, we definitely want to come down and we want to look at the company country, because I don't want to be looking at every single real estate agent all over the world. I only really care about real estate agents in Australia. So you can see there, it's broken that down further now to, almost 4,400 companies. If I want, I can go even further and go to state, and even go down to city. So, you can get a lot of detail around, who you're targeting and the type of person you're looking at. I'm not going to bother with that at the moment, but I will touch on web technologies because I think this is really cool and really interesting. What I can do is I can then come and identify, different platforms that real estate agents are using. I might want to target someone. You can see filtered as down. It gets a bit too small, but there is practicality in that. If you're a digital agency or you're, working, doing something and you want to work with someone using a specific technology, I could just come and just go and not worry about any industries or anything else. I could just go to web technologies and, put in maybe a supporting platform for, say, HubSpot, and then I could target those people to try and get them into HubSpot. So really cool that it has that information. Revenue, I can then pick revenue amounts. In this instance, I'm not going to bother with that because it's just going to filter it out too much, and I'm just quite happy to see. So I'm just going to go target market name. You can just name this whoever you like. And then from there, I hit save, and I now have my target market there. Now that's great, but what I want to do is I want to then see the intent. So this is really where it comes down to it. So it's great to have real estate agents go on the website, but I want to see some intent from those real estate agents. So what we have on our website is we have a real estate agent page. So potentially I want to be able to see what real estate agents have gone to my website, but if they've then gone to the real estate agent page but haven't converted, it shows high intent than just going on the homepage and dropping off. So the way it works with the intent criteria, basically you don't post in the entire URL, you just post in at the end of your actual domain name. So I've got my domain name, ttp-outsourcing.com. I grab this bit. Then in intent criteria, there's already a bunch of intent criteria. I imagine in the future, you'll be able to break these intent criteria up by target market, but you can filter it on another page anyway, so it sort of doesn't matter, but it does get a bit messy. You could have quite a lot of intent criteria here. And then I'm going to put in path is equal to outsourcing real estate. This is where you can get a bit more tricky. Minimum number of visits, minimum number of visitors. I'm just going to keep that at 1 because I just want to hopefully see some data here. And then I'm just going to come down, and I'm not going to just have it as today. I'm going to have it as the last 90 days, but you can filter this again how you like. Obviously, if you're getting a lot of traffic to your website, you'd have this as a shorter time frame. But for this instance, I'm going to go 90 days. And then I'll hit save. So what it works, if your website is built on HubSpot, the tracking code will already be inserted. If it's not built on the web on HubSpot, you may just need to check on the page and insert this tracking code. So this is where maybe you might need a bit of a technical hand with different things, but you can embed it fairly easily. But if not, if anyone needs a hand, we can help them out with that. From there, we've got our next tab, which is our companies tab. So what this shows, this shows people who've had buyer's intent in the last 30 days. Now I can see 132 different companies here that have, shown buyer's intent based off the criteria that I had and the intent criteria that I had. So fairly interesting for any, BDM sales reps. If your pipeline's not there, this is where you can come and you could go through these companies and call up these companies and see if something comes of it. Obviously, it's a bit difficult because some of these companies have 250 staff. So who do you call? But there are ways that HubSpot manages this as well. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to just get a bit more specific and look at a specific target market. So hopefully, if I go real estate, I should have checked this before. Hopefully, there's someone in there. Perfect. So we've got 2 people in here that have been on our website in the last 90 days. And if I click on view activity, you can see different pages that they've been onto. I might go to the account one because that's got a few more people there. So you can see here with the accountant's side of the house, if we come through, we have a large amount of companies. Now, the little HubSpot icon indicates that this person already exists within your CRM. These people don't exist within the CRM. And so if I click on this person, you can see that they've shown intent on one of my pages. So again, at the moment, data's raw. None of these people have actually been onto the accountant website page, but they have been to our website. And at very least, what this shows us is a really cool way for sales reps and BDMs to get in there and have additional people to target. Now, one of the other features that HubSpot has, which will allow you to get further data, is called Breeze Intelligence. Now, there's a little plus button here, and what you can actually do, if you have Breeze Intelligence, and we're just waiting to upgrade to get that, it works off a credit system. I think $40 gives you 100 credits a month. And if I want to add that company, what Breeze Intelligence will do is it'll grab as much data, it'll try and find the correct contact, all the contacts linked to that company, so you've got a bit more of an idea of who to call. So overall, basically, this is just a really superpower tool, leveraging AI, leveraging visitors to your website that you can use and track, and really support your sales team and marketing team. The final tab is just the overview tab, and basically it's just sort of a summary around what's going on. So you can see here intent. We've got a large amount of companies because I've got that Australian target audience, which is probably a bit too broad, and I should tighten that down a bit, but for demo purposes, I think it's pretty interesting. 23 companies showing intents, 6 of those companies are captured, and then you can see a list of them down here. I'd probably do another session once we get the Breeze Intelligence in, just so we can show how that works, because it's actually got a whole different section where you can see all data. It will show, the technology the company uses. It will show a range of different information about it, and something that's just super interesting. Do we have any questions about buyer's intent at all, or any comments or any thoughts?
Yeah, cool. So with the buyer intent, Matt, what's the aim for you guys in using it for your businesses and or your clients?
Yeah, so basically, I think the main reason that we want to use it is to really enable the sales team to understand who they can call. There's probably other applications for it, but I think in the first instance, filling your pipeline, and instead of who here likes doing cold calling? No one. I don't think many people do. Maybe some crazy salespeople. But if you're going to cold call, I'd much rather cold call someone who I've got something to talk to them about and be like, hey, I've seen your site's visited someone from your company's visited our website. I'd just like to have a chat. And from there, you can do a range of different things.
Yeah, that's a really great example from a layman's perspective, i.e. me, to hear it in those terms, saying, cool, like in simple forms, this is the outcome sort of that we're looking to achieve. So that's great, Matt. Awesome.
Sweet. So we'll continue on. And yeah, this is more of an overview because we could unpack a lot of this stuff in a lot more detail, but we'll just do it as a little demo. So the next one's lead scoring. So this is a pro feature. This is in, sorry, I'll just share the other screen. So lead score in beta is a pro feature. Now HubSpot has lead scoring already. This is just taking the lead scoring to a whole nother level. The lead scoring previously, or the HubSpot score, as it was called, would identify a lot of things. You could put in, similar stuff to what we just had there around website visits. If they go to certain pages, you could give them scores. If they open emails, you can give them scores. But what this does, it just simplifies it. And the way it's set up in 2 different areas. And it's got one, you can do contacts for companies, but it's broken down into an engagement score or a contact fit score. Now, the differences between these are the contact fit score is designed to show you people that fit your customer persona or target audience. Now, this is taken from data already within HubSpot. And what that means is if you want to identify people of a certain industry who have done, certain things within the CRM, this will allow you to set those criteria and then, again, make it easy for your sales team to know who are the right people to call rather than just calling everyone. So again, the aim of this is to give your sales team focus and direction and warmer leads than what they would have had previously. Now, the way it actually works, contact engagement score. So this one is just to track, how likely they are to buy, basically, compared to the contact fit score. Contact fit is basically best fit with your target audience. Contact engagement is to do with how likely you think they are to buy, and as such, what sort of contact you should have with them. So in setting it up, add event group. What we've got within this, we've got a range of other features that we didn't have with ease in the HubSpot score. So number one at the top, just something that's really awesome, the decay score. Now, what this means is we can, if someone gets a high score, they're up at 10, over time that'll go down. Previously it wasn't as easy to manipulate that score and remove points. You could do it, but it just wasn't as easy as this. And why this is important is obviously over time, people are not as engaged and they're not as likely to buy. Someone who was likely to buy 6 months ago is probably not likely to buy today. And we can set these filters. And for a range of different things at the moment, it's pretty controlled with what we can do. But we do have a range of different things and percentages that we can measure. Now, to event criteria, again, what we've got here is just so many more options than what we had previously. Ads, calls, CDAs, documents, forms, marketing emails, media, messaging, meetings, sequences, SMS. Again, so many more opportunities and just so much easier to control. So what we do, we can come in, we'll just start at the top. We can select an ad interaction. So any contact who is selected to engage with an ad. And then we can select different ads. So why this is important, someone who comes in through a Facebook ad, for example, is less engaged and ready to buy than someone who comes in from, say, a Google ad, because Google ad shows intent because they've been searching for it. So if it's a Google ad, for example, we might set the score at 10. Compared to a Facebook ad, we might set it to 2 or 5. Now, the way we come up with these numbers is a bit of a dark art. There's no real sort of metric around it. You just want to make something work for you and then have a number where if it goes over that point, whether it's 70, 80, 60, 50, that's when they're engaged, and you can then give them a call or take that next action or automate to send them an email or whatever it is. Pick ad campaign, you can pick a range of different things here. You can see I'm just sort of randomly clicking stuff now, but you can go through that. I can add another event, because then I might want to have it that if they've looked at a certain document, contact viewed a document, you might have a particular lead magnet that's important. And so, I know I've got a couple that I really like and I've got on my website. That might give you 10 points. And again, you go through this. Now, what you can also do is you can have different lead scores. So, on my subscription, I can have 5 different scores with this. So there might be different things that you're tracking, and they'll end up being in a field within HubSpot. So as we move through, we can then exclude contacts. If we want to exclude contacts who are customers already, if we don't have a need to resell to them, or you can set more specific fields as well. We then have settings, and basically what this is the property label. Now this property will then appear in your contacts properties, and you'll be able to go and basically see that and filter. We go to, for example, contacts. Being a bit slow, but basically go to contacts, and I've got the old HubSpot score. We could have HubSpot score, I could have engagement score, I could have best fit score. and then filter off that, create lists, create workflows, create notifications and automations to call and follow up these people. Same with the fit score. What we do, contact, and we've got a range of different options here within the fit score that allows us to track and filter. So, for example, a fit score, we could create a fit score for someone who is already a customer, and we want to identify certain metrics for people who we want to cross-sell something else to. And so we might go, all right, if they've purchased this product, I know that they're likely to want to purchase this other product. And so create, metrics off that. You get down to product, and then there might be a closed won reason that would show that further intent. So again, lead scoring is not a new factor. It's just another add-on, and it goes to add on to now HubSpot score, the AI predictive lead scoring as well. And then this, again, just making it a lot easier for your sales team to manage and understand who to call at the right time and when. Any questions about the lead scoring? Awesome. Alrighty, so I'm going to jump into next, just the customer agent. I'll probably let Nat jump in. She'll probably have some comments, but I've just got a little demo set up about it. It's just another new feature.
Yeah, go for your demo. Go for your demo, and then I can always add on to it.
Yeah. So as we go in first, you've probably seen the Breeze tab. So the Breeze is basically HubSpot's AI platform or AI system. And there's a range of different things built in with this. Copilot, which is where you can ask HubSpot questions, agents, and intelligence. Intelligence is Breeze intelligence. That's where I said it will get data from buyers' intent companies. But the agent's what we're looking at today. Now, there's a range of different agents they've got available: a social agent, a prospecting agent, and a customer agent. Now, these are in beta and you might not have access to them. So what you would need to do is go into your little setting in the right-hand corner and go to product updates. Now, this is a tab not a lot of people know about. It basically shows you all the updates that HubSpot's doing. As you can see here, there's quite a few and they're always getting updated. And the really cool thing about this page is it breaks it down into impact, so low, medium, high. Obviously the low ones are sometimes just, changing a field or doing whatever. Highs where it has massive impact to, the way the platform works and what you can do. It can be difficult because you don't always know. Oops. You don't always potentially know. You won't always know exactly which one to search for, but it'll pop up here. I don't know, maybe the beta's closed at the moment. I can't see it anymore, but when it appears, it'll be appearing in this section. So just double check, I'm sure I've got searched. Oh yeah, no, sorry, it's still there, my bad. So you could search for customer agent, and then I'm already here. All you need to do is click that button. So this is an area that, you can check regularly to get in on some of these betas and, play around with some of these new features as they come out, test them, hopefully optimize the way that your platform works. So that's Breeze. And then, what does this actually mean? So a customer agent, this is basically a customer service agent. Now, like I said, there's other different agents that you can use. Now, what we've just got our overview page where basically just sort of says, so I've called our customer agent Van. And a shout out to Van, who helped us pretty much launch the CRM side of the business back in the day, but moved to the States. What we've got then as we go along, we've got content. So this is basically where we can add different pieces of content. I don't know why this is in beta, so there could be a little issue with it. But basically what I've done is, number one, we have our knowledge base and our knowledge hub, which are a bunch of support articles based around HubSpot, which we've uploaded as content. So the way it works is we add content, and I can do existing content within HubSpot. And so I'm just going to pick pretty much all the content we have. If you want to get more specific, you can, but this will grab our key bits of information around, you gotta love a live demo with technical issues. I imagine this is something to do with the beta. That's fine. But basically this would then appear. And so it's grabbing all the information that you've got within HubSpot, your blogs, your data, knowledge base articles, and then the AI will use that in answering questions. I also went and uploaded HubSpot service support page, which is the knowledge base article that HubSpot's created because I've made it a customer service agent. What you then do is you go pick a channel. So this channel is basically linked to a chat flow within HubSpot. So you would need to create your own chat flow within HubSpot. I won't go through that today, but it is pretty simple. And then you assign that agent to your chat flow. So the chat flow section is here. And basically you can just create a chat flow, and that's all you need to do. Click create it, select it as live chat. And then from there, you can come back here and assign your agent to that live chat. Now, when you're creating your chat flow, you do need to select what page it appears on, and make sure that it's, working. So what we've done is we have our own customer service page on our website. So this is a live page. Oops, sorry. And you can see here, there's just a little talk box. And what this is, I've got Van. I already asked some questions, but this basically is number one, a knowledge-based article and live chat. So I can search something here and it'll show up, or I can come down to Van and ask her a question. So I can say, I'm having an issue. Well, please explain to me.
What are you sharing another tab?
Oh, thank you. I'm jumping around too much. So I've got our customer service page. And what we've got here is we've got our little help icon. So people have the option to come here, open a ticket, send an email, give us a call. But they now have an option too to talk to our customer agent. This area here is searching knowledge-based articles within our CRM, but they can come and they can speak to Van and say, please tell me about HubSpot. And then wait, and then Van will give me information about HubSpot. So Van will now go through and tell me how to do things. So what we're doing here again is basically we're setting this up so that we can remove the need to have, such a large customer service team, because hopefully a lot of it can be managed through, the agent. And again, it's down to how you train the agent. But again, really cool feature. Nat, I don't know if you got anything that you wanted to add with that. Or you're just on mute as well.
Sorry. I think for me, Matt, one of the things is that, like anything with AI or exploring new technology, is to go in it with curiosity and a possible outcome you're working towards. And that way, while you're building something, you can certainly you've got a better chance of getting it how you want it. I'm building my own developer agents within HubSpot. So I think how you shared this today is quite, you've pretty much nailed that. So yeah, I'm going into the developer level. So that's not really relevant to this at the moment, but it's the same principle other than define what you're looking to achieve.
And the great thing about this is, what Nat's talking about is a lot more advanced. This is basic, like anyone can sort of set this up. And it can add a lot of value to the business. There's other agents that you can utilize as well. And there's other things that you can play around with this. And the great thing about it is HubSpot's leaning so heavily into AI, which a lot of companies are, but they're doing it really quickly. And because of that, we're getting these features popping out, really quickly. There's other platforms that are, charging you, $50 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month to do this thing. And this is built into HubSpot with subscription.
We've got a couple of things that could be added towards the end of this, Matt, is the Dharmesh, the founder of HubSpot, and the the agent portal that's available as well. So maybe if people aren't ready to set up their own, they can utilize the agents in other ways. So if you want me to share that, I can share a little bit about that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah, do you want me to do that now?
Yeah, if you want to, or we could do it. If you want to do another session, just a.
That can be another session. I was just making aware of, like, within HubSpot, like that, the customized agent is phenomenal. Like, you know, businesses who are going to utilize that, or if people are a little bit unsure of how to set that up, there's a segue into using the other agents that they've built as well independently. So we can do it now or in a fortnight time, whatever.